WMATA's efforts to stop fare evasion, well, they're getting a push from D.C. Councilmember Brooke Pinto. She held the first public hearing on a bill that would allow Metro Transit Police to enforce the fine for fare evaders. Rafael Sanchez-Cruz is with us live from the Tenleytown Metro Station on the Red Line with concerns on how all of this would play out. So, Rafa, what are you hearing?
Well, Adam, back in 2018, the D.C. Council decriminalized fare evasion, and now Councilmember Brooke Pinto says she needs a way for Metro Transit Police to actually enforce the current civil law, which in the district is a $50 fine.
Metro says fare evasion happens 40,000 times a day within their transit system, costing them $40 million a year. Councilmember Brooke Pinto has introduced a bill that would require anyone stopped for fare evasion to provide their true name and address when stopped by a Metro Transit police officer. If they don't comply, the fare evader could be detained and fined up to $100.
This bill is seeking to give teeth to what civil enforcement means. We have a city of laws.
Pinto, who chairs a committee on the Judiciary and Public Safety, says legislation discussed today during a public hearing is intended to address growing concerns over crime and Metro's $750 million shortfall, but not all agree.
There's no causal link between fare evasion and violent crimes on the Metro. And without this type of meaningful evidence-based approach, the council should not respond to this call for change.
I don't believe that it's enforceable.
District residents raise concerns about criminalizing the poor and how long people would be detained.
But it would take at least probably several hours at the most. Or there may not be anybody in the queue and they could be processed fairly quickly.
Metro Transit Police Chief Michael Anzalo, who spoke in support of the measure, said fare evaders would not be held overnight. Another concern, penalizing kids.
Metro Transit Police has a policy that they do not enforce fines against kids.
Residents also questioned why the council was taking up the new legislation when Metro has reported that their new higher fare gates are reducing fare evasion by over 70%.
So what's next? Pinto says she's going to take this issue back with her colleagues and address some of the pending concerns, but she wants to act quick. She says Metro doesn't have time to wait another year to make these changes here in the Metro system. Adam?
So, Rafa, I guess one of the big questions here is how far are they willing to take this? Are they talking about using, surveillance cameras to identify fare evaders? And are there other Metro areas doing a better job of preventing this type of fare evasion?
The Metro Transit Police Chief actually said that they have surveillance systems in place and they've used them to identify some of their chronic fare evaders already. But installing new technology in Metro could take time, and Brooke says we don't have that time to wait. Now, as far as other jurisdictions, they're saying Maryland and Virginia are doing a better job at stopping fare evaders. However, in these two jurisdictions, fare evasion is a criminal charge. I'm live in Northwest, Rafael Sanchez-Cruz, WUSA 9.
Yeah, it's an interesting dilemma, one that we've been talking about for years. Rafa, thank you.